Today we are going to tell you a very important function of Excel, that is joining of tags. There are two ways to joining the tags: using the ampersand and using the concatenate function of Excel. Joining of tags can be of three types: joining of tags with tags, joining of tags with numbers, or joining of tags with a formula. But whatever the outcome result of the formula, the result will appear in the joined statement. Let's take an example. For example, the first is the joining of tags using the cell reference contains the tags using the ampersand, tags with the tags. So if I take the example of this Ali, for example, if we have these two records and Ali, and in another column Murad, they are two separate columns, or we can say rather we are just in fact creating a quick, just we have just already entered the data for convenience purposes to save the time in typing. The text, like, there are two type text. Ali is in the cell M5, and in column N, the row 5, there is a two. We want to, like, if we want to see the outcome of the both the cells in one, we can do it. How we can do it? And in like another example is Ali's data is in the one column. The sold is written there 400 and cars. What we have to do it, we have also utilized that, like uh, for you, the convenience purposes already entered the formula. If you can see that in this the figure, the outcome of these figures are appearing Ali Murad in one cell. This is one cell. If I expand the cell size to cover the both, if you see, this is the one cell O, and the output, which was basically in this example in the two columns, and in this example in four columns. But here you can see the output in one column. How we have done it? We have done it. We have used this formula ampersand. How we have to do it? Is equal to, as every formula starts with the is equal to sign of equal to sign. Then we will write it J5. J5 is where the Ali word blue. If you see the J5, Ali is in, while the Murad is in K5. K5. So what we've done it, that if we would not, if we would directly keep this in the one, J5 ampersand K5, result would be like this: Ali Murad. There is no gap. One word. This is also an example. If I want to keep the one word, but there we would need to have a space. If we need to have a space, then we have to create a way that 2%, and then we need to create one space, and I'm using the digital keyboard for your convenience as well. As if I enter, then Alimura is separate. What I've done it, I have used the addresses of the four columns over here and use the space within the inverted comma for yourself. Like if you see that, if you want to see, if you want to utilize the three cells out of four, first cell is Ali sales. I've mentioned the cell address J7. If Ali's name is over here, it could be it's Ali is appearing. If I change the name in the first column, I say is Mujib's. See, right? It's Mujib sales. Okay, you see, or if I say that item was not car but the computers, and we I using the name, or automatically the this has been changed over here. If you see quantity, if you change the quantity to 5,000, 50,000, 5,000 computer were sold. Mujib says for this month, there is a no gap month. Is this month is what I have done it? I have to use this is now. It's okay. Mujib says for this month is 500. What I've done it for your convenience, I'm just taking you to the statement J7. It contains J7. This is J7. Like I have to put it edit J7 Mujib. Then ampersand sign of ampersand. Then inverted comma open, and I have to write within inverted comma the text which has to be added with the cell address. So then cell close, and now I have to copy the figure which is appearing, whatever the amount is appearing in numbers or in words in this cell address. So I have to mention again L7. But if the address other than the start of or the end, there is no ampersand. But if any cell reference comes within the statement, on both sides, the sign of ampersand has to be there. If you see that L7 ampersand has been mentioned over here before, like when the inverted commas was closing, the text keeping it separate. L7 again, then there is a gap, and again, and for M7 and ampersand, but since it is there is no further words to be added, so it is ended. Like if I push it, it is already there. I'll take you another example for the function formula very quickly to continue, and it will be more convenient for you to understand better. Suppose there is a table. There is a table of the sales of the employees. There are three employees, and first name, last name, item sold, name of the item, and the amount sold. But there we can utilize the, like we have to issue a letter of congratulation or this letter of sale performance to each and every employee. What we can do it, we can make it possible. What we done it, we'll press over here, and the result of that letter by using we have utilized the VLOOKUP formula, which we previously learned in my previous video. If you are new, this VLOOKUP formula is new to you, you please go and see my video on VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, and match and other like index command. It will be very helpful for you to extract the information, design information for the lookup value. Like if the employee number is 1, if I press 1, you see the result of the output of the four formulas are changed. Employee number 1, Ali Hussain TV. This is employee number 1. The same is appearing employee number 1. If I mention over the employee number 2, the result of the employee number Salim Qureshi sold computer for 1,50,000. If I mention, when we will write a letter to third, then result over here. What I've done it for your convenience purposes, I have pre-entered the data for your convenience to tell you very quickly that how we have to utilize in using the ampersands and the concatenate function. Unhiding and no, I have unhided the first one. This is I am unhiding, unhide. The use of ampersand, like suppose it's a very just an example purpose, a letter of for monthly performance. Letter for the monthly performance we have to write to management, wants to write to the sales person. Monthly performance. What we are doing? We want to write first all three employees. We want to write first one, the data one. Here, what I've done it, I have taken a data from this place. Dear, we have started dear Mr. and the inverted comma, then ampersand C12. C12 is over here. This is C12. Okay, it was mentioning the C12, but now I have created a record like, let me correct. Okay, so actually after entering this data, I inserted two rows. That's why it has gone down to and I had already noted C12. So now the data is again in the right position. C12, dear Mr. C12, to be now Mr. Ali, and the second name is Mr. Hussein's D12. Congratulations to you on achieving sales of dash. E12 में dash of this is E12 rupees V12 well done. How you want to see the result of this one? I would do it for you. If you put a formula, the figure would look like this. Dear Mr. Ali Hussain, congratulations to you on achieving sales of TV rupees 100,000. Well done. Okay, now for the second reply, if you put it, it's automatically, dear Mr. Salim Qureshi, congratulations to you achieving sales of computers for 153,000. If we write a third one, then we can instantly print out a record of this data without typing further directly from the decision table, which is already available. That calculation for the sale of scanners 50,000. How simple it is! It's very beautiful, very powerful function which Excel has provided, and you would love to do it while writing so many letters to the different if and then condition. You can utilize that separate function and data, and it's a good combination where you can use, and you will also like you are using a mail merge function of a word. Okay, let me again hide this and take the another example of the concatenate and hide the same result using the concatenate function. It would be written, it's easy. It's very easy. It is always started with the equal to sign, concatenate or bracket open. You have to just separate the words or the text with the comma. But while using the text, you have to close down the text in inverted comma. Like dear Mr. comma, inverted comma close, started, dear Mr. inverted comma close, 12. Well, C12 only, like C12. This is C12. And D12. If you see here, what I've done it, congratulations to Mr. So-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. Simple wording. Punctuation, inverted comma, comma, inverted comma closed, then comma, then writing E12, comma. There is no sign of ampersand over here. It's very easy. No confusion. Very simple. Directly put the address of the cell, column number, and this row number, and change another word you want to add. Just insert a comma and the word. But if that word to be added is like is a text form, that thing which you are going to add is in text form, you have to enclose that wording in inverted commas. Like well done. I done after the last comma, before the last comma, I will again use the well done statement. What I've done it, if I use this one and I remove this one. If you see, the formula is already there. But if you want to see the formula, what we can use it, we can, if you see that this is the function, which we can in the start and making the formula as a text, it will appear the text. There is no function. But if we remove this text and telling Excel, now it's not text, it's a formula, it will give you result. The third employee, dear Mr. Farooq Badar, congratulations, same result which we achieved previously while using ampersand command. But sometime ampersand command, if there is a text is long and there are so many data, you can make a lot of mistake to that, and it would be difficult, and it can create a complexities for you. But the concatenate formula is quite simple, very, very like I can say, if you compare that one, it's the ratio of 1:10. It would be like this formula is 8 Thank you very much. I hope you must have understood the functionality and very important functions of Excel. See you in my next video. Keep watching. Thank you.